Okay, we're going to have some fun here at Lauden Golf today. We're looking at Snell Lancaster's video we just posted. Of course, you know, he got 12th in the British Open. But we also have one of the top senior players here, Paul, keep himself in great shape. But he's first going to try to get a free dozen balls over here. So point out who you think is in that photo. Again, anybody that knows all 7, go ahead.
Julius Morris, Sam Snead, Byron Nelson, Jerry Lewis, Ben Hogan, and that's the doctor, but Durant or Jimmy Durant.
Close.
And then Dean Martin.
Okay, so 6 out of 7. That's been done maybe 25 times. Only twice in 44 years, Paul, that someone has gotten all 7. Of course, the one that stumbles everyone is the guy kind of leaning towards Dino there. And that is,
don't tell me yet.
That's the long ball hitter from the 40s and early 50s out back to 58. That is Jimmy Thompson.
Well,
he's an Irishman, okay. And he was a whiskey snorting, skirt chasing guy out there, and that's why he's kind of leaning towards Dino. But anyhow, you get 1 free ball. Now, Paul also came in to get our new flight stabilizer.
That's right.
Okay, and you can see it's right there. Took us, what, 10, 15 minutes to install.
Yep.
And he's very excited about reducing the radial torque of his shaft by 50%, which will give him 50% straighter shots, a little lower trajectory. So he's going to probably pick up about 8 yards. And then, Paul's a very innovative player. Tell him about how you putt, because I want to get this on video. Come on over. Yeah, come over here and putt a few. Oh, here's our sales rep. This is Coco Hammer from St. Paul, and she's here learning everything about golf she can absorb. Right?
I am.
Okay, so here we go. Paul is, a side saddler, and he found, this is made by Bob Gillian, this putter. It's called the Bowler Putter, and he side saddles it, and he just pushes it towards the hole. What happened is, this is a shaft that Bob and I developed that's actually the grip and the shaft in one. Okay. What we're going to talk about today is how you can pick, and that's how he puts, just like that. And tell the folks out there how it works, Paul, in case they're interested in changing their method of conventional putting into side saddle.
I had the yip so bad I couldn't, anywhere from 2.5 feet to 5 feet, I didn't know where the ball was going. So I had to do something, and this just keeps you from yipping the ball. I mean, you set it up, you take it back, and you push it through.
Right,
so like a pendulum.
So no matter how nervous you get for a $100 putt, it's not going to affect you. Now, he got this putter, which is kind of an epicenter putter. That putter can rotate to the right or left and give him any upright or flat lie he wants. And then it's also, let's see the back of that for a second. It's also weighted, so you've actually got 4 different weights that you can insert to create peripheral weighting or center weighting, or if you want the toe down, toe up, negative versus positive balance on the putter. So it's very innovative.
I never have messed with it. I've been the same as I've always had it.
Okay, so anyhow, last thing is you've got to tell us the story, because this video is all about the story, okay? So we had Snell Lancaster up there, but I want you to tell the story about Hyde Park, 1982.
Probably late 70s, early 80s. There used to be a gang of us that would play every Saturday morning, and probably all of us were 5 handicap better. And we just would kind of get foursomes, and then we just would match cards at the end of the day, and just playing a couple of bucks around, a couple of bucks a match.
But you had a weak link in the. You had a weak
we
link.
Had this one guy that he was probably at least an 85 shooter plus.
That's Casey.
Yes, Casey. So he never would contribute if he was playing on your team. So one day Wally Monzel's talking to all of us and saying Casey is just, he doesn't ever contribute. We just don't need him playing in our group. So Wally goes up to Casey and tells Casey that we just decided to blackball him, for not a better word, from the group. And Casey looked at Wally and said, "Wally, I'm a witch." And he says, "I put a curse on you right now." And Wally kind of smiled. He says, "Casey, I'm a Christian, so I don't know that that's going to help a whole lot." So in the meantime, we pick in our groups. Well, guess what? We come up a man short to foursome. So we got to go ask Casey to join us.
Right.
So we're playing at Hyde Park. Number 4 is a par 3. and it always backs up on 4. So when you're coming off number 3, there's always a group of guys on number 4.
Now, you got to remember, Wally was one of the top players.
Yeah, Wally was top player in the city. So Casey's on the tee.
Not quite as good as Snell.
No, and Snell and Wally are walking off the tee and walking over to the tee box, and Snell walks up to Casey and says, "Casey, would you please take the curse off Wally? He's going birdie, birdie, birdie."
That's probably a angel curse.
Yeah, that's right. So that was my Wally and Casey story. So.
Okay, so there's another story from retro years in Jacksonville, Florida, talking about the best players, right from Paul. And remember, if you want to learn how to side saddle, this is your man right here. Boom, in again.